He may bring you happiness. I hope I get a sitting room.
Whoa.
Oh, you left me. Thank you.
Okay. I'm headed to the gym. Gonna do some, it's looking like some chest, some shoulders, and some arms. I'm thinking, and then some cardio, and some calves. It's gonna be an everything kind of day. I haven't been to the gym in a couple days. So, we're gonna ramp it back up today. Gonna get, ooh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A little bit. Hit a fucking. One of those. One of those days. I'm looking extremely pale these days. I think I should tan. Like do a little self-tan. Because I look like a vampire. Alright, well, here are the necessities for the gym. First and foremost, it's a cardio day. The switch. It's important. It's very important. I'm gonna play Minecraft while I am on the bike for an hour. Second, the water jug. Gotta stay hydrated. Brilliant. AirPods, of course. Fourth, the blue goo, which I'm gonna slam right now.
What can I say to you? I remember how it felt to take that throne. All that it meant. And all that it did not. And no one said I chase redemption that I know I can never deserve. What does that make me? God of fools. A God of pain. Of suffering. Of destruction. Lost everything and everyone. You became. There is no forgiving you. You
You got it. But what is it?
What is it?
What is it though? What happened?
What? What? Do you have something to say now? I know you do. Do you? Do you have something to say to me, Oz?
What?
Did you hear that? What? What did I do? I'm your guys' little.
Nice
What?
showing off hole.
Yeah. What's up?
What happened?
What happened?
Hey,
What? What?
but what?
You know you have bandwidth on you. Okay, what do you want? Makeup? Yeah.
So, Sophie and I have been reading this new book, and it's a whole course, and it's definitely a book that we've been wanting to read for a long time. We've been recommended this book probably by like 3 or 4 other people, and we just haven't really got around to it. But last weekend, Sophie finally got a copy, and we've started to read the first chapter and everything like that, and it's been super helpful with the way that I've been thinking about a lot of things recently. It's called The Artist's Way by Julie Cameron, and it's a whole 12-week course where you go through each week and you do these tasks that are given out to you by the author to better help you understand your own brain, creativity, and your lack of creativity. And the first chapter of the book is just already like chock full of information on how you can be more creative. And I feel like a lot of people, I think that there's a good split of people that either know that they're creative but don't necessarily take the initiative because they feel like they don't deserve to be creative, and so therefore they don't push themselves to be creative. Or there's those people that believe that they're not creative, and so they don't even try in the first place. And both are equally wrong. Believe it or not, everybody is creative. And the book has already helped me kind of like resolve some sort of trauma sensors. The whole first chapter is talking about why we suppress our creativity. And of course, most of it stems from experiences within our youth that have happened that debilitate you into thinking that you are able to be this creative person that you so desperately want to be. And it's just been very interesting to go through these tasks, and they're very self-aware, very self-critical. You know, you have to do a lot of memory digging and a lot of confrontation with yourself or the people in your past, and so it's a struggle sometimes because you don't really want to unsurface those things at first. And then, you know, there's a whole belief system that comes within the first chapter of the book that, you know, you may struggle with, especially if you're not a religious person like me. But you can work your way through that. It kind of tells you how. It talks a lot about the ego, the superego, the id, which if you're familiar with any of Freud's work, that doesn't have to do with wanting to have sexual relationships with your mother. You know about the superego and the id and the ego. Moral of the story is that it has been super helpful with how I think about my creativity and how I kind of lead my life. Just a week, the change has been drastic because, you know, if you follow me, you know I have a very hard time with being proud of myself, and you know I have a really hard time with being kind to myself in general. It's something that I've struggled with basically my whole entire life, and there have been so many days where the first waking thought that I have in my head is that I'm not good enough, or somebody else is better than me, or I'm not working hard enough, and just constantly like crushing myself. And then, you know, if you think the same way as that, at least in my head, that is all the type of reassurance that I ever got, that I need to work harder, that somebody else is coming for my spot, that I should have done more. And, you know, when you accomplish something, you don't really have the opportunity to kind of sit within that accomplishment and feel good about it, because there's always something else that I could have done. There's always something more that needs to be done. And the first chapter of this book kind of really breaks down that ideal that, you know, if you do want to be creative and you want to do it long term and you do want to feel accomplished, then breaking yourself down in order for you to feel like that is going to push you forward only kills your momentum. And so one of the exercises that the book has said to do is whenever you get like one of those thoughts, you just write it down and then you cross it out. And that has been incredibly helpful, because it's like to see it out on paper and then to see it crossed out in a physical form, it gives it no power. And so then those awful thoughts that you think, like, I need to work harder, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't work harder. It's not an excuse to be lazy, you know, it's not an excuse to cut corners and, you know, fuck around. But I'm talking about the people who are like me, that you know that you're working hard, you know that every single day you are trying your very best, and you're constantly trying to make improvements, you're constantly trying to work on yourself and work on those around you, and, you know, be a better human being and be engaging with your community and everything like that. And no matter what you do, you feel like you're a fucking loser, you feel like you're not worth it, you feel like you're not supposed to be here and that you're just a waste of space. And first of all, I'm sorry that you feel that way, because I know how that feels. But second of all, you have got to realize that that fight is going to continue for the rest of your life if you do not start giving yourself some grace. And that's what this book has helped me realize so far, that I can't grow if I'm going to be mean to myself the whole time, because all I've ever done is be mean and cruel and nasty to myself, and it's gotten me where I am today, but I'm not happy about it. Instead, you have to think of your brain as a child. More importantly, you as a little kid. And this is something that has really stuck with me, just because I look back at a lot of my younger childhood photos and see like such a bright smile and see such like a happy kid, And then I look at photos of me now, and I think, oh God, what happened? And I happened. Sure, things have happened to me, but ultimately, I happened. And I let all of my external bullies that bullied me all throughout school, and you know, I took all of their frustration and I multiplied it, and then I turned it inward because I felt like that's what I had to do. And I looked at that little kid with the glasses and the big bright smile, and I just mercilessly bullied him for years and years and years and years. And I just don't want to do that anymore, because he was so creative. And I don't know how to describe it other than I'm still a creative person, but I'm locked into this sort of almost like capitalistic creativity, where it's like I'm forced to be creative because that is my job, and I'm not creative for myself, and I'm not creative for the people that I want to be creative for, and I'm especially not creative to that little kid. And this book has really helped me kind of like work through that just in the first chapter. And so I think it would be really beneficial if you picked up a copy yourself. Like I said, it's called The Artist's Way. It's like a whole 12-week course thing. I can put the link down in the description below. I had to come out here because somebody was blasting the Chainsmokers outside of my fucking front window. Anyways, I could put it down in the description. I'm not getting paid for it or anything, so I don't want you to think it's like some sort of advertisement thing. It really is just, you know, I do like talking about the things that make me feel better, and I know that a lot of people have similar struggles, so I kind of want to, you know, if it's working for me, and I think that nobody has been harder on me than me. And so if you can relate to that and you just want like a little bit of solace, a little bit of progress, I do suggest the book, and it makes you feel a lot better. It's a lot of work, you know, but I think it's worth it. And that's really it. Everything else has been fantastic. I had an audition last night for a lead role in a feature film, and I ended up getting the part, which I'm very proud of myself for. I worked really, really hard to prepare, and I was very determined to get the call back. And when I got the call back, I went in for the in-person audition, and I think I did a very good job, and the casting director and the director agreed, so I'm very excited. We start shooting at the end of March. I didn't record any of that just because I don't think about stuff like that whenever I'm working, so recording my whole time there is not important to me. But other than that, everything else has been good. A lot of progress is being made, and yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me again. As always, I will see you guys on the next one.